Hey, Scrapbook friends, it's Nicole here, the week before Christmas of 2024, and I have a fun layout today that I was able to use some old licensed Creative Memories products I've had since 2010 in my stash. That's a great feeling to use the old stuff. Made my layout go a lot quicker. It was very thematic because we were in Toy Story Land, and I was able to use this Toy Story edition from the old CM. But one of the things that I love that I was able to do was to take a single page layout and expand it over 2 pages. So I hope that you will watch, and I hope that you will get some ideas from this about what maybe you can do with some of those pattern papers you have that are designed to be for a single page, but you want to expand it to be into 2 pages. So here we go. All right, so these pictures are a little bit mixed up because when the girls rode Slinky Dog, it is very obviously night. And when I took the pictures with the Toy Story sign, and I guess we did Toy Story Mania, must have been in the day, but I didn't take any pictures in or on that ride. So we have a couple of different times, and this is at night, but I'm just going to put them all together. I don't know why I printed out this screenshot because I'm the one with the photo pass. If I don't ride on a ride, sometimes we don't get the picture. So I think they sent me a picture, told me the time they took the picture just to make sure we got it. So that's just for bookkeeping, and I'm definitely not putting that one in. I'd kind of like to put these in. These are the final scores for when we rode Toy Story. So maybe what I do is I do Slinky Dog on one side, Toy Story on the other side. Why am I the only one in the picture? Is it because they don't want to be in pictures? Probably. But I found in my stash as I was going through some stuff, maybe when we were going through it together, this Toy Story edition from 2010. I can't, my eyes won't focus that small. I think this is from 2010. So it's not, oh, it is open. Okay, I would say it's not even open. It is open, but I've got all these stickers from Toy Story. So we've got Slinky Dog, and we've got all the characters that are in Toy Story Mania. I've got these papers. That could be really easy to use together. I've got this paper. It said I started with 4 sheets of paper and 8 double-sided mats, but I've obviously used 1. So I've got that left. And I've got the mats, the sayings. Interesting that this has the little Disney Pixar copyright notice on it. That's the one thing I don't like about all of these logo officially licensed theme park stuff is every single one has the little copyright Disney, right? Like I don't need you to copyright it in my scrapbook page, but I definitely want to use this because I have it. But I don't know what I want to do. I don't think I want to do, I could do something like this, like I just had pulled out a little while ago, where we use or we do it like this with Slinky Dog that way. Maybe I find some green and go across. I must have used this on some other layout. If it was this one, I'd have an easier time because I would just, cut it down the middle or something. I could do that. Let's see. I definitely want Slinky Dog Dash right here. I think I'll just do one of these pictures. Oh, it feels really good, y'all, to be using very old papers that I've had for a long time. I don't want to cover too much of that up, that background. I don't know about that one. And I don't know if I want all the pictures of me in Toy Story Land. Like, I don't need this one. I know what I look like. I just want this one with the Toy Story Land. Maybe I just want that one. Toy Story Land and the 2 little signs. I'm not liking this very much. It's too, I don't know, those, I want these three together and these three together. So basically I need something big on this side. Maybe I need like Woody here. Maybe I do a half of Woody coming up here, and then I put this on one side. Let's see if I can find something that's this green color. Okay, so I couldn't find anything that was that green. I think I'm going to go with the navy. But I think if I cut this here and do these pieces right here, I kind of like the idea of cutting this in half and stretching it so it so it makes like an oval frame. And I could do it because I have this paper. We could cut around here. All right. I love to do like an oval frame, to make a circle work as an oval. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to use this green because the navy. I'll use the navy for something, but I think we're going to use this, and we're going to stretch. This is, oh, that looks very canary. Let's see if we can do it this way. All right, let me see if I have the canary yellow. All right, that's canary. It's close. This one's called light yellow, too light. This is called daffodil yellow, also too light. I think it's going to be canary, which is interesting that paper printed in 2010 would match our current cardstock. Okay. Might be all the cutting I have to do. I'm going to cut some mats, I'm sure, with the... oh, I have to cut pieces of this. Then it's got kind of this little shadow layer. And I maybe need these colors too. All right, so can you see kind of what I'm trying to do? Making this oval, I'm going to put a piece of this down here and a piece up there, and then a strip of orange and a strip of blue to make this one big oval. Trying to decide if I should cut it. I think I'm just going to measure. The bottom piece is, oh gosh, 1 3/8, and the top piece is 3 1/8. Why did they do that to us? And I could just cut one piece and cut it in half, but I think it'll be easier if I just cut long strips that I can just put underneath. So 1 2 3/8. And that'll be good because then I can hide this little Disney Pixar word. 1 3/8. And I can't remember now the top measurement. 3 1/8. Yeah. 3 1/8. 3 1/8. Somebody was asking me about if I figured out why my paper was crooked on that last layout. I still have no idea. All I can think of is maybe that I had already cut the paper for something else, trimmed a piece off, and it was crooked, like crooked to start. Because I don't know. So, all right, got these guys up here. And these guys down here. it is, you know, the holidays. It's holidays for all of us, I know, and life is busy. So I'm hoping I can just, the next couple layouts, I hope we can do quick for my sake and your sake. I really want to be able to stick with this, even in spite of Christmas. I will not be, you know, recording on Christmas Eve, I promise. I am actually headed to my daughter's in Pennsylvania for Christmas, our first time to get to go visit one of our kids in her own home for Christmas. So we're excited about that. But I'll film next week's video a little bit ahead, and I'll probably be editing it, you know, from her house before I get it uploaded. I mean, there's always that miracle chance that I don't need to edit anything out, but I don't like to leave in, you know, dead silence while I'm looking at different colors of paper or whatever. So, all right. And the nice thing about this is that even though this paper isn't quite fitting the edge of the cardstock, because I'm going to stick the half paper down, I'm just making sure that I'm lining up with the inside edges, and then that will cover the outside edges. And nobody will ever know that this cardstock is a little bit bigger than normal cardstock tolerance. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I think I need to check. The navy was right, I think, for this. Maybe I need regular blue. Or maybe this blue. Nope, it needs to be darker than this and possibly lighter than this, but I don't know if we have something that's in between those two colors. Well, this is our regular blue. Oh, that's almost exactly it. And I think this is just pumpkin. All right, so this is pumpkin. This was called marmalade. Oh, paprika. This is called paprika. I think it's the closest orange that I have to that. And then this is our regular blue, which is exactly the right color. So I'm going to cut. It looks like that's about a 1/4 inch and 1/8 of an inch. But I think I'm going to cut them both at a 1/4 inch, and then I'll overlap them. And obviously this one I had punched something out because it's got little triangles on here. So I don't want to use that edge, but I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch. Hopefully they're straight. I'm really a little self-conscious, a little bit leery about it. All right, and this one I don't know that I'm going to need more than 2. I might. This needs to also be a 1/4 inch. Make sure that my edge is clean. Sometimes I've, you know, cut it when maybe the trimmer wasn't, I didn't have a new mat or something in there. So these are really skinny. This is going to be a little bit tricky for me to adhere these together, but I'm going to try it. And if I need to cut another couple pieces, I can, because I got plenty of paper. All right. I think the easiest thing to do, the easiest thing to do actually might be to adhere just put these straight on the paper. So I probably didn't need to do this whole section. I could have just done this much, because now I'm going to, oh, am I going to be able to cover all that up? I need to trim this down so that it's just this width, not to the height on this end, because I want it to be the height just right here. So I'll peel these off. I'm going to cut like partway through this shape, this size right here. So right here and right here, whatever that is. Trim those off. that's at about 7/8 of an inch. And because it's got sticky on the back, it will, it won't slide when I go to cut it. So that's kind of a bonus. All right, so now I got to put these all down. So I'll recut them and restick them and fast forward. Won't make you guys watch. All right, I fixed these, got this down so that it lines up better with this design. And then I need to take the blue. I'm definitely going to be using Repo, and I'm going to be using my 13 by 13 inch mat. I'll do both of them at the same time. Oops, out of tape. All right, luckily I have a second to back up. And I could just go down the middle like that, because they don't really need to stick down all the way. I'll pull out the mat just because it has the ruler, so I can make sure that things are straight. What I'll do is I'll put this right here. So it looks like it's right at a little bit less than 1 3/8, which is nice because this is 1/4 inch and this is 1 1/4, so I can just line it up with the edge of this trimmed down piece that I started with. Oh, that's the outside edge. Do it that way. All goes well, it should be the same on both sides, right? So, oh, but I can't because I want to do, I'm gonna have to just cut. I'm gonna have to cut 2 more because I don't want to have to try and layer these and then trim them in half and have them still, you know, be the right positioning. This is not quite, that tolerance is a little bit wider on the top and bottom, but that's okay. We'll do that. And then I'm just gonna do 1. Turns out, when I do the 1/8 of an inch little tinies, then it makes more sense to do 1, but this will be, I don't know if you guys can see how I'm lining it up. You know, I'll zoom down. I'm just lining it up with the picture on here. Actually kind of eyeballing it at this point. Wonder if I can do the same on the other end. Just put the piece down. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm just lining it with the edge. And then I'll get the next piece. And I think I will just use the measurement right here. And put an 1/8 of an inch difference. And then we'll see, I'll double check it with the actual paper. So it's not quite perfect because this has that little shadow on it. And I don't want to deal with the shadow because only the bottom has the shadow. I guess I could do it just with a little bit of a brown marker or something. We'll see what I decide to do. All right, so that's going to work. So I'm going to cut 2 more strips of these and do the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got those stuck down, and now we'll just put these pieces on. Uh-oh. Oh, I did it backwards on this side. Okay. This is going the other direction. I put it the same. I'll just line it up again and put it that way. Okay, now that should work when I put this on. Yeah, very good. Okay. So I did put those on with repositionable. So if I need to, like right there, I can see that it's not quite lining up. I can just kind of jiggle this down a smidge. All right, maybe I should do jiggle the whole thing. After all of that. I'll trim it off. It's a little bit, this one's a little bit wider actually. That's all right, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, nobody's gonna care. Ah. All right, I'm not loving that I can feel the thickness of the strips under here, but too bad. That's what it is. It's a little bit of real adhesive right there. Stick these down so they don't wiggle. All right, that's all right. I think that looks pretty good. You can tell that it's a little bit different. This is a little bit greener, and I think you can see a little bit of the background through it, but I think once we get our pictures on, it's not going to be very noticeable. We'll do the same with this side. So I'm curious to know who else besides me has like really old stuff like this in their stash, and how can we get ourselves to use it? Like what's a way that we can motivate ourselves to use the old stuff, mostly so that we have room for the new. Okay, that one actually lined up pretty close. You know, I don't know if you're like me, but I meet people all the time. They're like, yeah, I can't justify buying any more scrapbook stuff. Well, where's the fun in that? The new stuff is what we like. We want it all. We want to buy all the new stuff. Okay, all that pre-work that I did, turns out I don't really feel like I need to do it. Okay. And then this one again, that's a little bit wider, but I can't do it too much narrower because I want it to, otherwise it won't line up on the other side. And I'm going to have to match these up and make sure that they match each other. I think I'm going to go back and trim out the thickness underneath here because it's annoying. So remember I said I thought I could do it with 2 and then I couldn't, and then I could. Well, I could have, but And it definitely feels like this canary cardstock is a little bit bigger because it's not fitting in several different directions. If I put this all the way at the end, the top and bottom, I get a little bit of a overlap right here, but I don't think anyone will notice it. Uh-oh, I cut too far. This one's gonna have to scoot back. Turn it. Thank goodness I just barely cut it too small, and I have enough right there now. Okay. Well, so that was a lot of work just to get my base made. But basically that's the design part of the layout. And it started with this kit that I have from, 14, almost 15 years ago. Now they didn't line up though. Oh, look, that one's peeled. That one's way down. That was supposed to line up with this. All right. Lines up pretty well. So now we get to the actual photos. Oh yeah, I'm not at all unhappy with how this is turning out. I don't know what color matte I want for this. I do wish I had something that was more this green. I just don't have a green that's that color. We have a couple of greens. We had Vulcan green and Terra green, and they're just way too bright. Which is right here. And I suppose I could. It's not the same as this green right here. Maybe I have something that's more this Kelly green. I think our regular Kelly green might work. Oh yeah, maybe I'll use that. Kelly green. Okay. Of course, now that I've done it this way, I still don't have very much to put on the other side. I might have to use more of the other photos of me. Maybe I'll matte that one too. There's the Slinky Dog behind. I kind of do like that. This one also has the Slinky Dog behind. But I think I like the, kind of maybe cut this into a smaller piece. I really have no idea why they aren't in the picture with me. All right. One of the things that was my goal when I started this series was sometimes I feel like we think, oh, I'm scrapbooking Disney, but I don't have any Disney paper, or I'm scrapbooking, the Haunted Mansion, but Creative Memories doesn't have any Haunted Mansion paper. And we have a lot of papers that, aren't called Haunted Mansion, but you could use a Halloween paper or whatever. So the fact that I do exactly have paper that's Toy Story kind of feels like I'm cheating. Like I'm cheating my own goal was to show me, to prove to myself that it was possible to create a scrapbook without having theme park specific paper. And I do think Creative Memories right now is doing such a good job of having papers that are very versatile. We've talked about before, like don't let the name of the paper pack scare you away from using it for whatever you need to use it for. So for this one, I'm just kind of trying to cover up the seam as much as I can. And then I've got this, those other stickers and things, but I think that worked pretty well. I mean, you can see that there's a seam right there. but I think you know, you'd have to kind of be looking to be bothered by that. So I am going to do this mat. And now I've gotten to the point where, you know, I have now one big piece of the Buzz Lightyear paper and just a couple strips left of this Toy Story, you know, this Woody and Aliens paper. I don't know how that's going to work out. But let's cut this off right here. And that's at 4 inches. It's going to be a little bit more than 4 inches because I don't want to cut off Jessie's hat. Maybe I'll cut it down to 4. All right, so there's the 4 inches right there. And then these I'm just going to trim. And I think maybe I'll just journal that we went to Toy Story Land a couple of different times, hoping for the line for Slinky Dog to die down, but it never does. It's always got a really long line. It's the last time I was there, the line for Slinky Dog was longer than the line for Rise of the Resistance most of the time. And part of it's because Rise of the Resistance, which is the big Star Wars ride, which I think is next week's. Oh no, this must be me doing all the things while they were on Slinky Dog. So in 2 weeks, New Year's, our first layout of 2025 will be Rise of the Resistance. And, but they can just cram a whole bunch of people through at a time, you know, in an hour. And because this one's tipped this way, I think I'll tip that one that way. I wonder what the little stickers say and which ones I want to use. I'm actually really excited about this. I think this is a technique I have used several times. We had some papers in Botanical Burst that were like a floral kind of a wreath around the paper and a circle in the middle. And if you do a single page layout, that's great, but I almost never do. But I use this same technique of cutting the paper in half and spreading it out, and I think it works very well. All right, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'll do these. Probably Katie that got the 21850 M. Okay, now let's see what we've got here. Toys at Play, that could be cute. You've got a friend in me. You come over here. I think I like Toys at Play. I can't really use my favorite. Oh, I could use my favorite deputy right here. Woody and I together. And I don't remember this. It's Not My Fault. Holy moly guacamole. For now on, we stick together. I do remember No One Gets Left Behind. That would not be appropriate when they go and ride something else with me. Didn't meet anybody, but I think I'll use the You Got a Friend in Me. And it's funny because some of these are, I mean, are they all quotes from the movie or did they make up their own? So here's Woody. I could put Jessie. Slinky Dog. I definitely want to do Slinky Dog. Oh my goodness, they've got so many. Oh, this one, because this one has to be copyrighted, not just for Disney, Pixar, Slinky Dog, and Pool Slinky Inc. But that's going away. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I could just leave it on there. It's on there too. I mean, it's like, how many copyright notices do you need? And what's the legality of it? I mean, I have a picture of Woody without any of these copyright notices. So this is what I often do. Creative Memories had to include the copyright notice, but I don't. Don't rip. I just ripped his ear. Ah. And you know, it's funny, at one point Creative Memories told us that the stickers have a shelf life of only about 2 years, after which the adhesive can get so sticky that it won't release from the backing sheet. I have never had a problem getting my even my older stickers to release. But if you ever have really old stickers and they don't come off from the backing, that could be why. All right, do I want to try and put Jessie right here? I don't think I do. I could put Rex right here. Rex and Ham. Maybe I'll do the two of them. Rex and... yeah, he doesn't have the little thing on him. Oh, maybe I'll do it like that so I can cover up the... cover up that seam. They do feel very sticky, these stickers. Oh, that means I've used a really old product. This one's easy to cut off. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you, product designers, for making that easy. I love it when I use old stuff and I'm able to clear out space for something else. All right, I think I'll do, oh, these little guys. I could do the whole gang over here. I know, I kind of like, I kind of want to use them all. I want to do all the stickers. Maybe these are up here with the toys at play, which I'll have to put on another color. Well, I guess I've committed to that now. And I could do Bullseye and Jessie. I'd like to do Potato Head too. And the Space Alien, I want to use them all. That's a terrible thing. This one has, you know, 2 Buzzes, 2 Woodies, 2 Jessies. And of course I don't need to use Woody at all because I have the printed page and the pictures of him. And I do like these stickers. They're really nicely die cut, so you don't get that white border on them. I know sometimes they do the white border kind of as a decorative choice, but it's not my favorite. I don't know if I want them right there. I think I want it down here. But then, where do I put the alien and Buzz? Maybe Buzz will be up here at the top. And the little alien. You know, I should have done the thing where we cut the stickers apart. Toys at Play. Overkill on the stickers. I'm using my same excuse. So when I finish this Theme Park Thursday series, you know, finish this album, I'm going to have enough, I have enough Disney photos at this point to probably continue to do Theme Park Thursday layout for the next 10 years. But maybe I should do something else. I just don't know what other thing I could do that would I don't know. My family albums, especially right now, my kids are grown up. They're just not very interesting. It's all kind of travel or family reunions and cats. Pictures of my cat. And he's not as photogenic as he was when he was a kitten. Okay, I do want this little alien guy. So maybe he'll go up here. These little microchip scissors are great for cutting pieces out of stickers because they have the Teflon coating. And so they don't stick to the sticker. I'll put them down here. Yeah. One of the other ones stuck to it. All right, potato head. Oh, and I got the green army man, and all right, I think I kind of like this Buzz, but he's looking in the wrong direction. So I think I'm gonna use this one, and I'll save these others for another layout. Maybe not the green army guy. Maybe I'll find a way to use the green army man on here somewhere too. You know, it's funny that with Toy Story that when Toy Story came out, I mean, the Slinky Dog, Potato Head, and the Green Army Man, those existed as real toys already. But now, it just, I mean, you know, Buzz Lightyear, well, of course there's such thing as a Buzz Lightyear toy. Even though at the time, those were made up. All right, we'll use Mr. Potato Head, who's got all these other things. Disney, Pixar, Mr. and Miss Potato Head, Hasbro. Yeah, I have no idea what the rules are about cutting off these logos, but I'm not pretending that I own the rights to any of these characters. Nor was Creative Memories, actually. Although you do see a lot of stuff on Etsy or whatever that I think people sometimes forget that they don't own the rights. Maybe I will put little green army man. We've met the green army men a couple of times. The last time I met a green army man, it was a woman. It was cool. It's funny. All right. Overkill on stickers. It's my scrapbook, and if I want to do it, I'm going to. Can't decide. Down here. I don't really have anything else up here, so I think I'll put the Green Army Man down here too. Just kind of all of these down together, except for that one floating in space. And I think I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna let this not have a title. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of journaling in a couple spots, and then I'm gonna be done because I've used a ton of stickers and it's a ton of stuff going on, and I think that's enough. So let me journal and then we'll be finished. All right, this was a very fast layout because the paper was all decorated and because I had all the stickers. I'm glad that I remembered that I had this paper. Because I have all my theme park stuff together in those pod inserts, it's working out a lot better. I think it looks fairly seamless. I mean, you can kind of see where I patched it together, but I think visually it works. I love that I was able to use so many of the stickers. I think it's a bright, colorful page, but the brightness and the patterns of the paper and the stickers don't take away from the photos. I think you still, you know, I've talked before about how kind of right here is where your eye goes when you look at a layout. And I think definitely in this one, you immediately see these girls smiling at you. Or they're really smiling at me because they always take selfies because they know I want to scrapbook them. But I love how this turned out. It was relatively quick for me. And yeah, got to use old stuff. Hooray, hooray, make room for the new. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great, great Christmas coming up this week. Like I said, I'll be traveling to Pennsylvania to visit my daughter. Hopefully I don't freeze to death. It's a little colder in Pennsylvania than it is in Alabama. But yeah, I'll be back on the 26th with a video that will have been recorded ahead of time before I get up to Pennsylvania, which I think is going to be, oh, it's not one man stream. It's going to be just my random nighttime photos at the Hollywood Studios. So thank you so much for watching. Sure appreciate you. I sure love the interactions that we have, the comments, the likes, all those who've subscribed, those of you who share my videos with your friends. It all means the world to me. So thanks a lot. Merry Christmas and happy scrapbooking.